Alright, continuing on with the writing equations for parallel and perpendicular lines, we're flipping over to the back side. On all the back ones, we need to get perpendicular lines. And so we're not going to use our original slope in our new formula. We're going to use the opposite reciprocal. That means you flip it upside down and change the sign. So our slope is going to be -2. And that's the slope we're going to use to put in this formula here. Y equals y minus y1 times m times x minus x1. That's supposed to be an x. And once you have these numbers here, you just plug them in and you're ready to go. And so, the y1 comes from the y coordinate on the point, so that's 5. The m comes from our opposite reciprocal of the original slope. And the x1 comes from the x coordinate on our point. So, now we have our equation. We can simplify, get y by itself on the left side. By distributing on the right side to get rid of the parentheses, to get -2x plus 4, negative times negative is positive. And now we have to add 5 on both sides to get y by itself. So now we're looking at -2x plus 9. And that is going to be our first equation. Moving on to the next one. Our original slope is 1/4, and you get the opposite reciprocal, so flip it upside down and change the sign, so our slope is going to be -4. And now we can use our formula. Y minus the y coordinate equals our m times x minus our x coordinate. Subtracting a negative, same thing as adding a positive. We need to distribute the -4 to simplify the right side. -4x minus 12. And on the left side we still have y minus 7. We need to get y by itself, so we're going to add 7 to both sides to get y equals -4x minus 5, because -12 plus 7 is -5. Moving on to the next one, here's our original slope, but we have to get the opposite reciprocal, so flip it upside down. -6 is the same thing as -6/1. Flip it upside down and change the sign, so we're looking at 1/6 as our slope. So y minus 3, the y coordinate, equals 1/6 times x minus our x coordinate of 6. Distribute the 1/6 through. 1/6 of x is 1/6x. 1/6 of 6 is 1. And now we just need to add 3 to both sides to get y by itself. So we're looking at y equals 1/6 x plus 2. And on the next one, our original slope is -1/3. You gotta get the opposite reciprocal, so flip upside down. Change the sign, and so our slope we're going to use is going to be 3. Y minus the y coordinate, 5, is going to equal 3 times x minus the x coordinate, 2. And we need to distribute the 3 through to get 3x minus 6. Left side we're looking at y minus 5. We need to add 5 to both sides to get y by itself, so once we do that, we're going to get y equals 3x minus 1, because -6 plus 5 is -1. On 13, our original slope is 2, which is 2/1. We need to get the opposite reciprocal, so flip upside down, change the sign, and we're looking at -1/2 for our slope. So now we're going to use our formula. Y minus the y coordinate from the point is equal to -1/2 times x minus the x coordinate on our from the point. And now we just need to distribute the -1/2 through, like that. And on the left side, we have y minus 1. Going to add 1 to both sides to get y equals -1/2 x plus 4. And there's our simplified version. Moving on to 14, our original slope is -3, or -3/1. Get the opposite reciprocal, so flip upside down, change the sign, so now our slope is +1/3. Using our formula, y minus -1 equals 1/3 the slope times x minus the x coordinate from the point, which is 9. And now we just need to distribute the 1/3 through, simplify on both sides. 1/3 x minus 1/3 of 9 is 3. So we're looking at 1/3 x minus 3. And on the left side we have y plus 1. We need to subtract 1 from both sides to get y by itself. So now we have y equals 1/3 x minus 4. Moving on to the last two here. Just take your original slope. Got to get the opposite reciprocal, so flip upside down, change the sign. We're going to use -5 for our slope. And we need to do y minus our y coordinate, -1, equals -5 times x minus the x coordinate of -2. Subtracting negative, same thing as adding positive. We need to distribute the -5 to get simplify the right side. -5x minus 10. On the left side, again, subtracting a negative, same thing as adding positive. So we got y plus 1. We need to subtract 1 from both sides to get y by itself. So on the right side now we have -5x minus 11. And on our last problem here, start out with the slope of 4, which is the same thing as 4 over 1. To get the opposite reciprocal, flip upside down and change the sign. So now it's negative. So we're going to use our formula now. Y minus 5, the y coordinate from the point. -1/4 is our slope. And -8 is the x coordinate. So we have to subtract -8, which is the same thing as adding +8. When you now distribute the -1/4 to get rid of the parentheses on the right side. So -1/4 x, that's a 1/4. Minus 2, because 1/4 times 8 is 1/4 of 8, which is 2. And negative times positive is negative. On the left side we have y minus 5. We need to add 5 now to both sides. To get y by itself, we're looking at y equals -1/4 x plus 3. And that'll finish out our assignment.